All right, thank you so much, Praful. So, good morning and very warm welcome to respected education officials and teachers. On behalf of the Aurobindo Society, I, Pankaj, heartily welcome you in the Project Inclusion Orientation session. In this session, we will discuss the need-based and help, the need-based help and support for the children with learning difficulties in the classroom by using the digital platform. And at the same time, I would like to mention that we have a plan to cover Pan India and beyond to build the understanding of respected teachers on children with learning difficulties and how to guide and support them in real time. Before starting this wonderful and amazingly informative session, I would like to invite our special guest for today, Srimati Sanjukta Paul ma'am, from who is I coordinator from West Garo Hills, Meghalaya. So, if Sanjukta ma'am, if you are there in the session, and so I would request you to please unmute yourself and open your camera and please motivate the entire team and including me also. So I believe that ma'am has not joined yet, or maybe there is some technical issue. So I believe that we can take a word in the later on in the session. And at the same time, I would like to mention a special guest, Shri Martin M. Malakshar, I coordinator West Garo Hills, Meghalaya. Sir, if you are there in the session, please unmute yourself and open your camera and please motivate us on this occasion of the project and inclusion webinar.
Pankaj sir, good morning.
Hi, Nitin, very good morning.
Good morning. Uh, Even Martin sir is not here. Sanjukta ma'am, it seems she was here. She is here, but I guess she's unable to hear actually.
Not an issue, Nitin, thank you so much for the information. What we can do that we can process and proceed further and later on we can inculcate all the words of our dignitaries. So to deliver this session, this wonderful, amazing session on project inclusion, we do have our in team, Ms. Aarti Shanklaji. Aarti Shanklaji has more than 10 years of experience in special education and counseling, and at the same time, she's like becoming a very specialist for in this current scenario. So, without taking any time, I would like to mention Ms. Aarti Shanklaji to take the session forward and please guide us and let us know about project inclusion. Thank you so very much.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible to all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you're audible.
Thank you, Nitin. Okay. So, like Pankaj said, we are targeting and we are working for children with special need and students who have learning difficulties. We will be talking about this soon. Before that, I wanted to request everyone present here that if you feel that there are teachers or officers who are, if they are connected or in touch with student with learning difficulties or disability, I request you to maybe share the invitation of this presentation with this orientation session and ask them to join in. I could see that there are very less number of teachers joined us on YouTube. So I request people present here to share the link so that more people can get benefited out of this orientation session. So yeah, uh, I really want to put some ground rule here. First of all, I request every one of you to be present and be active in the session. Also, in case you have any doubt or concern or you need clarity on some topic, I request you to raise your hand. Maybe at the end of the session, I'll try to resolve your concern or query. And in case you want to really tell this to us, you can put it in the chat box also, or later we can talk about it. Throughout the session, I request to maintain the flow and mute yourself. Or please raise your concern. I'll give you a chance to speak at the end of the session. Yes. So to begin with, uh, first of all, let's look at that. When we talk about children with special need, are we directly focusing on them? So no, we are focusing student with learning difficulty. It may include children with the disabilities, or people who are, or students who are struggling in performing better marks in the class, or maybe due to one or the other reason they're not able to take active participation or not present in the classroom, and that could be there could be various reasons for that. Migration could be one of the reason, in flood, natural calamity, so due to which students are not able to put their right effort in education and not able to perform well in the classroom. So we are trying to work with all the population who struggle in performing well in the classroom. So largely we focusing on student with learning difficulties, but yes, we will talk about neurodevelopmental disorder as well. So to understand what is the current reality of children with special needs, let's look at few statistics. So I'm sharing a few statistics of UNESCO International Institute of Social Sciences. They released their report titled State of the Education Report of India 2019, Children with Disability. As per this report, we have some 8 million students who have some one or the other disability and are not able to attend the school, which is 45% of 8 million, which is a which is a very big number. If we look at 8 million and 45%, which means somewhat half. So some 4 million, less than 4 million students are not able to present in the school and not able to continue their education, and this is the concern. In this session, we will be talking about how to resolve this concern. But first, look at the other statistic, which is from Census 2011. And as per the census, we have some 2,500 special school in our country, where RCI registered special educators are 1 lakh 20,000 plus. And we just spoke about the number of children with disability is 8 million. So the gap is huge. How 8 million students will be able to get admitted in 2,500 special school, and how 1 lakh 20,000 plus teacher will be able to provide right teaching or intervention to these 8 million students. So gap is huge. We are lacking in infra resources. So that is too much to actually provide this right now. So what would be the probable solution? How we can help? How we can provide the resource or infra to these students as well? So let's look at the probable solution. And if we look at the solution, we have RPWD Act 2016. I believe that most of you must have heard about RPWD Act, which now talks about 21 disabilities. So RPWD Act defines inclusive education, the concept of inclusive education. Let's take a look on this. A system of education wherein students with and without disabilities learn together, and the system of teaching and learning is suitably adapted to meet the learning need of different type of students with disability. So we have different type of learner present in the classroom, and to accommodate their need, to make them understand the topic, we really need to modify a little, or maybe adapt few things.
I wanted to interrupt, and it have pleasure that we do have our special guest with us, Shri Martin M. Madhavan, IE coordinator, West Garo Hills, Meghalaya. Martin sir, if you are there in the session, please unmute yourself, sir, and open your camera. And please, sir, motivate the team and including us also on this occasion of Project Inclusion webinar. Martin Madhavan, over to you if they are there in the session. Mr.
Martin
Martin
sir,
sir, if you are
Martin, Martin sir, hello. I think there is a network problem. They are unable to hear. Anyway, Pankaj ji, let us just continue. No?
Okay, Nitin, then we will continue the session. All right. I'll take you over to you. Okay, Martin is here only. So Martin, you are on mute. You have to unmute your mic, then we can hear you. So Artiji, for now we will continue the session and we will take other words from Martin later on in the session. All right. So over to you, Artiji.
Thank you, Pankaj. Definitely, we'll hear out from our education officers later in this session. I believe then you'll be having a great idea what project inclusion is right now doing and what we are aiming to achieve. So last, what we talked about is inclusive education, and with a little modification and adaptation, we can reach out to every learner and fulfill their needs. So this is one of the probable solution which will help us to reduce the dropout rate in the school, so that these students, children with special need, can also continue their education and higher education. So let's look at the NEP policy. NEP policy 2020 is on the boom, and definitely they talk about children with special need as well. So let's look at what they have given in NEP. So first is providing awareness and knowledge among the teachers. It is very important that every teacher should be sensitized enough about the learning need of the child, and understand what is the limitation and capacity, so that definitely adapted curriculum can be provided to them. Also, we really need to modify the assessment, the test part as well, because sometimes this happens is that a child is able to perform well orally, verbally, a child can tell and participate, but possible that this child is not able to collect the thought and put it in the piece of paper. So to understand the need of the child, we can provide multiple options so that this child can participate in the class and achieve and do well. So we all, again, if we are aware enough about the need of every child, we can provide the test accordingly. Then the third is flexible curriculum with the with a more awareness and knowledge about the need. We can select which part can be taught to the students, so that they can understand the topic well, and the unnecessary part, what we can say, that the topic which is not very functional for these students can be reduced out of their curriculum. Then the fourth part is usage of assistive devices. Assistive devices, like we are using it right now. We are using either laptop, phone, and other gadgets. It is making our life easy and possible. So introducing assistive devices in the life of children with special need definitely help them to do more, be more in the classroom. There are a lot of things like calculator, text reader, laptop, phone, which can help and provide better support in the classroom and understand the concept better. So far we talked about RPWD Act and NEP 2020, which largely talks about inclusive education and how we can accommodate these students, understand them well, and provide a conducive environment where they can continue their education and higher education. So now let's look at the shift in education approach, education. per se. So integrated education is one of the thing which is considered as a marked change in education system, as it was the beginning of zero rejection policy. The launch of zero rejection policy happened in integrated education, where every child with or without disability can take admission in the nearby school. It was a big change, and it worked well for many students now, because as we talked about, there were only 2500 special school for children with special needs. Now there were many school, the corner school near to this child, which is available for them, and the student can take admission in this particular school, which was very possible. So now, with the help of little awareness, teacher were able to take in this student in the classroom and started working with these students, despite despite having less information about, or minimal information about children with special need. Teachers started working and worked very well, but they had their experiences, like they were not able to understand the need of the child. It was very difficult to include this child in the classroom, as because of lack of the resources and infrastructure, and teacher were not able to teach this child per se. And of course, they were struggling to understand that how to teach this child, though after putting lots of effort, they felt that this child should go to the special school, and it was considered as a viable option for these children. And due to this experience, child was considered as a problem, because of course there were a lot of struggle to understand this child in a classroom. So the policies has changed, and now we have inclusive education, because government also heard what was the struggle of teacher in the classroom, how and what was the lack of bringing these children in a mainstream school. And now we have inclusive education for students. So let's talk about how Project Inclusion provide their support, and what are we going to do to bring inclusion in the classroom. So we are providing this course, which is free of cost, and I'm sharing the learning outcome of this course. As we are largely talking about the sensitization and awareness part, the teacher will be able to understand the child and can provide child-centered approach. They'll be able to understand the talent of the child, despite their limitation, despite their concerns, their need. Teacher can actually work with the child on their talents. Also provide flexible curriculum as per the child needs. Sometimes what happens is, child with special need, because it is a hidden disability, it seems that child is able to perform as per the age appropriateness, or perform at the age level, but sometimes it is not possible for them. So as per the need of the child, a teacher can flexible the curriculum and also take help from the professional, and provide the better intervention for this child. So after this course, as you are accepting a regular child without disability in the classroom, teacher will be able to accept this child as well as a part of the classroom, which is our goal. Now look at what are the benefits like there for children with disability, as we are targeting teacher for this course, but we believe that if we follow inclusion, children with or without disability get benefited out of it. And first and foremost important thing is that sometimes it is very difficult to teach all the skill to a child and be there for every skill, but through imitation this child can learn a lot of skill in the from the environment. Let's say through peer, a child can learn new social or real life skill, which will definitely equip them to live in their life or live in the community. So that would be a great help. And because as we mentioned, because of the zero rejection policy, they get access to education in their community, in a nearby school. Now they don't need to spend hours to go with its special school, which is very very far away from their home. So education is very much accessible and possible for children with disability, which is a big benefit for them. And now let's look at what are the benefits for children without disability. When we talk about regular children, they're good in number as compared to children with disability, and we really need to look at what are the benefits for them of inclusive education. So first and foremost, that they'll learn, they'll be having more realistic and accurate view about children with disability. uh, in the lack of exposure, sometimes it has been seen that students are not very much sensitized about their need and often bully these students. But if they'll have the realistic and accurate view, what is disability, what is the limitation, what are the challenges, possible that they'll understand the individual differences and be very tolerant and patient about their needs. It will also help them to get motivated, seeing their challenges in life, and despite these challenges, these children with special need are performing and trying to learn regularly in the classroom. It will definitely motivate regular students, and with the starting it with a very early age, we can provide the buddy system. And when we give responsibility to these young adults, they definitely strong or build up their muscle to take responsibility and make them the better citizen of the country. So these were the benefit for children with and without disability. Let's look at now why we are targeting teachers. So first, first thing is that teachers are very much sensitized and aware about the needs of the child, because you are already taking lots of session, awareness session, lot of trainings regarding disabilities and other topics. So we believe that focusing and maybe empowering the teacher would be a great benefit, but also because you're directly reaching out to the student and their parents. So it will be very difficult for us to reach out to every child or parent. Through teacher we can reach out to them, which is why we are targeting teachers. And if we talk about the parents are not very much aware and sensitized about the need of the child, and that it is very difficult to reach out to them. So through teachers we are trying to reach out to the parent, and through teachers we are reaching out to the community as well. So we are focusing on teacher, and with their support, with your support, with teachers support, we can provide inclusion in our country. So through this session, I really want to thank the education officers and teachers who are present here and rigorously trying to make things better for these students. Now let's look at what the few success stories which we have. So first name is Aditi Verma. She has a Down syndrome and lives in Mumbai. She's running her own restaurant. Second is Pranav Bakshi, who is 19 years old, and he's the first model with autism. And third is Arsh Bhatra, 14 years. He has autism and he's an artist. Uh, he is a wonderful artist and putting his exhibition at international and national level. So these success stories are possible now, and we are hearing the story because of the aware teachers and parent. So through them, we are now here that we could hear these success stories. So I believe that in India also, we are not taking examples of the Western community. In India, this is happening, and we believe that with more awareness, we can reach out to every district, and we can have lots of success stories from our country as well. So now let's look at what we have done so far, and what we are doing now. So Project Inclusion is launched in 2016. This is a program of Sri Aurobindo Society under Rupantar. We started our pilot study from Ghaziabad and reached to 14 state and union territories. We oriented some 20,000 plus teachers, and through teachers we screened probable cases, some 18,000 in number. So this much screening happened through teachers, and it is a big number, out of which we did the psychometric assessment, out of which 6,600 students were NDT students, the NDT cases, neurodevelopmental disorder cases. So we found out that these many students were struggling in the classroom. Their teachers were struggling in the classroom because they were not able to understand the child, their need, and somewhere they needed help. So by screening, what I'm trying to say is that through 2016 to 20, when we worked, we realized that a lot of teachers were not very much aware about the needs, which is why they were not able to screen them before this program. So through 4 days training, we taught them, we helped them understand the sign and symptom of every disability, neurodevelopmental disorder, and by the end of it, they were able to screen and identify the student present in the classroom. Like I said, they were not very much aware about the need of the child. So we have pre and post assessment, under which we understood that before the training, only 1% teachers were aware about children with special need, and after the session, after the trainings, some 48% teachers were aware and could actually understand or screen students better. So this was a huge learning, and you could see the difference of percentage, which means if the teachers has given the chance or providing the training, they can do or understand and learn better. So till 2020, we provided this training at the ground level, but after during pandemic and after it, it was very difficult to again go back to the ground, due to which we digitalized it, and now we have a digital platform where through our app you can do the course. It's cost effective. There is no money included in this. You can do the course free of cost as per your convenience. You all know that like any other app, you can do the course as per your convenience, and definitely it's very easy to understand, because you'll be able to do this course through animated videos. By watching these video, you'll be able to understand the concern, the sign and symptom of student, which will definitely help you to work with the child in the classroom. Now, let me tell you the phases of project inclusion. So, first phase is a sensitization and training of teachers, where we are providing a sign and symptom and the management of management for the classroom, which will be, I will be sharing about it in detail in the next slide. The second is screening and counseling. So I believe that every one of you understand the importance of screening. Let me help you, understand it in a better way. That once we get the number, once we get the stats and data, we are in a good position to tell it to the state government to actually bring some more benefits or exemption for the student. What we understand now, that NCRT has lots of exemption for these students, but not every state board is providing such exemption. In the absence of data, definitely we are not able to provide those services or those benefit to students. So through the help of screening, if we have stats, if we have data, we can provide those benefit or work on the benefit and exemption part. So screening is very important if you really want to provide such help to these students. And through our app, you'll be able to fill the screening without any paperwork. Through the click of a button, you can help us screen the child present in your classroom. Third phase is where we are providing UDL, which is Universal Design for Learning, where we are targeting that every learner should learn in the classroom, and teacher should not only target few students at one moment, and would be able to provide the learning to every learner present in the classroom. So that is our aim through these phases, to reach out to every student. Now let's look at the phase one and understand what is available for the teachers. So the course name is Learning Difficulties, Understanding and Management Level 1, where we have 17 module in this course. Every module has 3 to 4 chapters, and this chapter has some 3 to 4 videos in it, which is animated, and the duration would be 3 to 4 minutes. The content of this course is largely focusing on NDD, neurodevelopmental disorder, where we are talking about intellectual disability, autism, specific learning disability. Also, we are targeting, like I said, students who are having learning difficulties, which are not able to learn properly, but they don't have any disorder. So these are slow learner, underachiever, and gifted underachiever. In the continuation, we are also providing the management, the classroom management, and also what are the benefits as exemption for these students. Next, we have that this course is in multi language. So this course is available in English, Hindi, and Bengali. Now we are also working in Tamil, Marathi, Gujarati, and Punjabi. Soon you'll be able to see these languages in the app. Let me tell you what is the flow of this course. First, you watch the animated video, then the reading material, and question answers. So we also need to look at how much teacher are learning through our course. So after watching the animated video, reading material is very optional. Sometimes teacher the video is enough, but sometimes teacher wants to understand it better through reading material. Then again, they can go through it. Otherwise, they can skip it. The filling of question answer, the participation in the question answers is really important, through which you'll be able to continue to the next module. And then we have a certificate for teachers, because we believe that if you're providing your efforts, you should be acknowledged for the same. So after completing a module, you'll be getting 60 certificate if you score more than 60%. Then if you complete the whole course, and after final assessment, if you scores below 75%, you will get e-certificate, which you can download and share in the community. And teachers who perform really well and score more than 75%, they'll be recognized and will be getting achievers e-certificate, which you can download and share in your community. And the next part is that we believe that every teacher, their concern should be resolved in real time. For that, we are providing doubt clear session, where you can talk about any particular child present in your class, or maybe you have doubt regarding any topic. You can speak about this in this doubt clearing session, which will be hosted by special educator and psychologist. We have a multidisciplinary team where we are all available to resolve your concern and doubts. The session is you can join this session on every Wednesday and Friday. We conduct this session to 30 minutes to 1 hour, where we can definitely connect regarding your concern. Also, you can ask for if there is any technical glitch present on the app, that can be resolved as well. So this is our app look like. First, you download it, register yourself, choose the language, and start the course. This is the reading material present on the app. And now I'm going to show you the video, which is animated and very easy to understand. We worked on and focused on that no technical terms should be provided, so that it remain easy to understand. So I request every one of you to please be here, watch this video, and after that I'll definitely take your concern if you have any.
Dyslexia, understanding the disorder A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. You must be wondering, why are we revisiting learning alphabets at this stage? For you, these are simple alphabets. Within these 26 letters, you may be able to identify the vowels and consonants. Now, what if we say that this isn't the case with everyone? Meet Zoya. She's 6 years old, and this is how the letters appear to her. All that she sees is some dancing and floating shapes. Zoya has a hard time connecting letters to the sounds they make and then blending those sounds into words. Since she cannot pronounce the words or recognize their sounds. She cannot understand the meanings. So, what's the case with Zoya? Zoya has a disorder called dyslexia. Dyslexia is a language-based learning disability. Students diagnosed with this condition face challenges in interpreting and processing language. The disorder affects an individual's ability to read, spell, write, and speak. While these students have a normal vision and are just as smart as their peers, they struggle with their academics, thus requiring the teacher to adapt to an individual's way of learning. In this series of videos, we will learn about some teaching strategies for students with dyslexia. Before we start with the sessions, it is important for us to know that a supportive teaching environment plays a vital role in making the classroom dyslexia-friendly. A teacher's understanding of specific difficulties and how they may affect the student's classroom performance is a blueprint for the teacher to plan and proceed with the lectures. From the next session onwards, we will begin to learn the strategies that can be implemented to teach the students having this disorder. Stay tuned.
So, like I said, these videos are very easy to understand because we made sure that the language should be very easy to understand for every teacher or every learner. Now, I request every one of you, if you have any doubt or concern, kindly raise your hand or put it in the chat box. Meanwhile, our team will be sharing the link of the app and doubt clearing session link and the social media links. I request every one of you to please go through the app, mm, understand it better, how it is going to help you. Please understand that and connect with us through doubt clearing sessions so that we can start working with the student at the ground level. Like I said earlier, through you we are targeting students, through you we can reach out to the students, and by reaching students I mean their parents as well. Once we reach out to the student, we can reach out to the parent as well, and through parents we are reaching out to the community. So through teacher, we are bringing this change to the society, to the community. I believe that you would love to be a part of this change and do the needful. So I request every one of you, if you have any concern, kindly share or put it in the chat box. Or I request Mr. Marak to share his comments or conclude the session.
So, all the respected teachers, thank you very much for joining in the session. Hope the session was fruitful for you, for all of you. And we are hoping that every one of you will download the app and will complete the modules. And after that, you can explain the children also. We do have our doubt clearing session as well, twice in a week. So you may join via the given link in the chat box. So see you in the doubt clearing session as well, and all the very best for completing all the modules and completing the course. Thank you so much for joining.